What's up, live stream?
Weather.
It's Howdy Radio time.
So I wanted to set it up on Streamlabs, but then I realized you weren't setting it on Streamlabs, so I was like, okay, that's a lot of work.
There we go. There's the notification. Everybody's going to start filing in now. We'll get started here in just a second. We got all kinds of cool stuff to talk about this episode. I hate the lighting, by the way, with that. I don't know. It works better when the one light is here.
Yeah, for sure. But you can't really do that.
You know what? Also, nobody watches, so who cares? Ugh. Half tempted to stop doing the video anyway. Are all these things right? There's not like multiple different ones running. That's happened to us in the past.
Nope, just
check that real quick. Turn the audio on just to make sure it sounds right. Multiple different ones running. Sounds good.
Yep.
All right.
We almost had 25 subscribers.
All right. We've almost made the big time.
You're at 24 right now.
Here, remind me to talk. Let's talk about. Remind me to bring up 1 hour teas and subscribers when we get to that point of the conversation when I start talking about like Patreon and stuff.
Oh, okay.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
So this is what's up. This is Howdy Inc. the skateboard and Howdy Inc. pit lot. Just a bunch of Howdy Inc. stuff, I guess.
That's the episode.
Is that a problem?
No, I'm just saying that's just what the episode is.
No, it's the opening to our episode. Then we got music, wrestling, and video games.
What a shock.
Ready?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I got a new show to reveal also. Big episode. Ready?
Yep.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Howdy Radio, the Next Generation, episode 62. I'm Brandon.
I'm Lane.
And we've got a lot of really cool stuff to talk about this episode. We've been like a month since our last episode. And not to mention, this is the first episode of just you and I in quite some time.
Yeah.
Because for the last like 3 or 4 so episodes maybe that Tyler was here with us.
Yeah.
The last episode we had Liz and Smoothie here with us. So this is the first time it's just been me and you in a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Tyler's not with us this week because Tyler is off in Eugene, Oregon, hanging out with his Aunt Gretchen. So if either one of you guys are listening right now, I hope you guys are having a good week hanging out together.
Yes, sir.
Tyler's off exploring the world on his own. Tyler is right now. He is in Oregon because he got a graduation present to be able to go stay out with his aunt for a little week or so, and this marks the first time in our lives that one of my kids are able to cross off a state off of their list that I've never been to. Tyler will have Oregon on his list, and I've never been to Oregon.
I'm guessing you've gone to every state around Oregon, just not there.
No, I've never really been out there. I've been, so the furthest west I have been, furthest west I have drove from here was to Wisconsin when I went to see Pearl Jam once, and then I flew to California as a kid, but nowhere else in between.
That was when you got the Wheel of Fortune thing, right?
Yeah, we won a trip to California via play-at-home Wheel of Fortune when I was a kid.
Huh.
Yep. So Tyler's off being an adult, and that's weird. Do you miss your brother? This is kind of like a preview of what's about to happen in a couple of weeks when he like moves out permanently to go to school.
Yeah.
He's gone for a week now, and then he comes back for a couple of weeks, and then he moves out and decides to be a freshman in college an hour away. So, you missing him, or what? How you feeling?
At least right now, it's like it's kind of peaceful because it's been like just like constant everything recently, and also I can kind of play video games down here without having somebody yelling behind me about some dumb GTA thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I understand that this is only a week-long thing, and Tyler moving to college, but that's like only an hour, and like I feel like it's different in its own ways than others, but like it's a lot different if he were to move to Oregon to go to school, than if he goes an hour away.
Yeah. Dayton, Ohio is not too far away
We
from
go
here.
to Dayton like every weekend for wrestling.
Yeah.
So.
When the world is normal and there's
Yeah.
wrestling shows running all the time.
Yeah.
Although we have a wrestling show to go to next week, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So cheers to Tyler and Gretchen hanging out this week. So we've got a lot of really cool Howdy Inc. stuff to talk about, which is what I'm going to get to here in a minute. We've got some different news. We've got a new show announcement that's getting ready to happen. And then later on this episode, one of Lane's favorite artists, Logic, released a new album a couple days ago. So we're going to get into what we're going to do. We're going to review that album. We're just going to kind of talk about our favorite songs, our least favorite songs.
I kind of want to go track by track.
Okay. How many tracks are there?
15.
Okay.
So it won't take too long because there are
fine.
some tracks I could just go by kind of fast.
That's fine. So we're going to do that. It's Logic's last album. He announced his retirement like 2 weeks ago and announced that the album was coming out in a couple weeks. It came out Friday.
Yeah.
Lane is super Logic fan, so I figured that'd be a good thing for us to talk about on here.
Yes, sir.
And then we've also got some talk. What else were we going to talk about? We wanted to bring up the Xbox games showcase thing briefly, and maybe some GCW wrestling, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the Howdy Inc. stuff first. Where should we start?
I don't know. You're the one that's kind of leading this. I don't know everything that you're about to say.
All right. Let's start with the Howdy Inc. Patreon. Let's call this like when a store opens and it's like a soft open, but then there's like the big opening
Like
later.
they haven't gotten everything in stock yet.
That's where we're at. So that's exactly where we're at with this. So the Howdy Inc. Patreon is something that I finally put together last night. It's something I've talked about, I think, on the show before, and I know me and Lane have
for a little while.
brought
We've been
it up.
talking about it, throwing out ideas for it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We just never really put it together.
So we'll see how it happens. As far as the backer rewards and stuff go. So right now, none of this stuff is actually obtainable, but hopefully it will be here in the very immediate future.
Right now, you're just giving us money, and we take it, and that's it.
Yeah, and I'm not even really asking for you to give us money until we get these things up and running. But the site is there, and I will start linking to it here soon. But here's what we're wanting to do. So as far as the different tiers go, as of right now, I've got it set up to where the minimum is a $3 thing, and apparently that's pretty much just customary as what everybody does as their minimum is a $3. I tried to change it to $1, and it's like, no, leave it at $3. So I was like, all right, I'll leave it at $3. We'll see how that goes. So for the $3, if you go on Patreon and give us $3, and it's signed up for $3 a month, but you can always cancel it whenever you want to. For that, you will get a shout out right here on Howdy Radio. Every single person, no matter what dollar amount you donate, $3 and up, everybody will get a shout out on Howdy Radio. So let's say our good friend John, who listens to the show, wants a shout out, and he's working on a new album named John's Album. So we'll give you a shout out of your name, and we'll give a shout out for your socials and your or whatever your plugin or whatever. So we can be like, hey, we just wanted to thank John for his Patreon thing, and make sure you check out John's album on johnsalbum.com or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think it'd be a fun way for people to, kind of hear their name on the show, and for us to say thanks, and for them to be able to plug something at the same time. The most fun part that I'm looking forward to with the $3 tier, the bottom tier, is that everybody's going to get a Howdy Inc. sticker. And as we do this episode right now, my graphic artist Kyle is working on this stuff for us. So there's going to be a backer exclusive 2020 sticker. So you'll be able to go on, give your $3, and I will personally send you a sticker that will specifically be labeled as a 2020 backer exclusive sticker. So the only way you can get that sticker will not be from the soon-to-be launched Howdy Inc. web store. The only way you'll be able to, because there'll be a different sticker on there with just the regular Howdy Inc. logo that you'll be able to just buy. But the only way to get this one is through the Patreon. I think that's a pretty cool idea. And then next year, we'll change the design of it. 2021, we'll come up with a new design for the sticker, new sticker. So you'll be able to add that to your collection and, every year go on and keep adding a different sticker to your collection. I think that's a pretty fun idea.
Yeah.
From there, we'll be doing like a $5 tier, which will get you early access to the shows. You'll be able to hear all the shows a day before they come out, before everybody else. And then you'll also still get the sticker and the shout out on the show. And then we're just going to keep going up from there and just trying some different stuff. I'm working on putting together the vault for Howdy Inc., which is something I've wanted to do for some time. That is just like a hub for an HBO Go for Howdy Inc., basically. Or HBO Max, I guess, is
HBO Go shutting down.
Yeah, bad reference there, I guess. But yeah. And so like a $10 tier will get you access to the entire back catalog of Howdy Inc., and we're just going to keep going from there. And we'll see what happens. We don't have a huge fan base here at Howdy Inc., so who knows whether or not anybody will actually give money. But at the same time, I got some cool friends that might be like, oh, I do, I want a Howdy Inc. sticker. I got to have, that's what I'm hoping for. I want to create like I almost want to attack this as like a merch freak kind of thing. Like I want there to be exclusive stickers and like an exclusive t-shirt and stuff right now. And again, this is just talking. We're still working on it all. I've told Kyle that I want to get 2 different t-shirts made so we can have them on the web store. One of them being just a generic Howdy Inc. shirt, like with the Howdy Inc. logo. And then I want a second t-shirt to be a Howdy Radio The Next Generation shirt. And I kind of described it to him earlier. I was like, what if like at the top of the front of the shirt, like in smaller letters, it says, "What's up, everybody? Welcome to," and then there's like the big Howdy Radio, the Next Generation logo, and then at the bottom of it, it says, "I'm Brandon, I'm Lane," and just kind of has the whole thing like in comic book letters or cartoon letters or something.
Yeah.
So I thought that'd be super cool. So we're trying to get together like a real web store, a real Patreon here, and all that stuff, and I think that'll be fun.
So can you upload files to Patreon, or like is it you have to do an external site?
So I haven't quite dove into that, but I look because I haven't made a post on Patreon yet. But I clicked on the like make a new post thing on there last night, and it gives you many different options. It says like a text post, an audio post, a video post, a live stream post, a behind the scenes post. There's all kinds of different stuff you can do.
Hopefully the file isn't like you can't do it like past or so, because I wouldn't think so, because like wrestling wrestling promotions have like their own Patreon and that kind of stuff. So but yeah,
so we'll see how that goes. I think that'll be fun. The other thing I want to do is announce a brand new show that's coming on to Howdy Inc. And believe it or not, I already have the first episode done, and I've already started on the second episode. Lane don't even know about it. That's how big of a secret this is.
I'm not a part of it.
But the Howdy Inc. Discord actually has, we've been kind of discussing it here lately. So what is coming out here soon, I'll probably release it this week sometime, is a new show that, so I've been listening to Sirius XM radio at work a little bit more often here lately. And that has caused it to where I've heard DJs again. I've been listening to Pandora for the longest time. I haven't heard DJs talk in my life and my music listening life in quite some time. So they have like some special guest DJs on Sirius, and one of them being Tom Morello, and I really enjoy listening to his show. So I've gone back and listened to past episodes of his, and it made me think, I want to do my own little radio show. So that's exactly what I've done.
Well, that is what Howdy Radio is.
But it's not. This is not a music radio show. It started out as one for about 3 episodes, and then it changed into what it is now. And this is not a radio show whatsoever, even though it has the word radio built right into it. But I want a radio show where I play some songs that I like, talk about them, and kind of do that and go from there. So I've recorded the very first episode, and the name of my new show is Afternoon with the Axolotls, which once you listen to the first episode, you'll understand why it is named that way. So the first episode, I'm trying to keep them all about an hour long. I played like 6 or 7 songs in the first episode. I talked about them, and I think I made a pretty cool radio show out of it. And I've already started on episode number 2.
So is it just you, or is it? But like you said that like they had guests and stuff, right? Like, did you plan on having other people come on and do stuff?
So here's what I've got to make it interactive, because I have to make it interactive with other Howdy Inc. members. Of course. So no, it is just, so by special guest, what I mean is like Tom Morello is a special guest DJ.
But he has his own show.
He has his own show. He is, they have DJs on Sirius XM, but he is a special guest DJ. He has his own show, Tom Morello's One Man Revolution. He hosts it. It's his thing. So that's what I'm kind of doing here. So another thing, which I guess we can just talk about here also, but I'll also talk about on the show itself too, is the way that I want to get people involved is also kind of an idea that I stole from Sirius XM. So what I want to do is on every episode, I didn't do it on the first episode. The first episode's done and it's all just solo me. But what I'm going to do in the future is what I want people to do is I want them to go on their phone and open up their voice memos, and I want them to record themselves saying, hey, this is Lane, here's something about myself, and I would like to hear this Logic song on Afternoon with the Axolotls. So then you're going to email that to me. Anybody can email that to me. Anybody can record their own little voice memo, email it to howdyinc@gmail.com. I'll go through them. I'll pick one for each episode, and I'll play your little sound bit, and I'll play the song that you requested on my show also. And then after it's over, maybe I'll talk about it and say, like, that song was terrible, I hated it, or wow, that song was really cool, I didn't expect to like that song as much as I did.
So you plan on actually listening to all of them, right?
Yeah, I'll listen to every single song.
Is that what you did with Howdy 13? Did you actually listen to all the songs? Or, like, when you didn't like the first part of the song, when you skip it?
Howdy 13 was my own thing. I made a playlist every week of 13 songs.
Unknown Pod, when you guys would all do a song.
Oh, or the Unknown Podcast playlist. We would all add 3 songs each and listen to them.
Yeah.
I listened to most of them. Sometimes time permitting, we didn't all get to listen to everything. So.
Okay.
So my plan is I've got the first episode done, so there's no special call-in on the first episode. But the second episode, I do want to have that on there, and I would like for you to be my first call-in, because you are my co-host here on Howdy Radio, so it makes sense for you to be my first guest over on that one as well. So we'll get that done at some point here tonight also. So check out Afternoon with the Axolotls on howdyinc.com later this week, and maybe you'll find some new music to like. I don't know. I don't know how well that'll do. Yeah. We'll see. It was fun making it, so good enough.
I think that's definitely one that you don't need to, like, be invested in to, like, somebody can, like, be at work and listen to that kind of thing and not have to, like, be watching it or, like, listening to it, and you have to, like, free up time to do it. Yep. So, yeah.
So that's all of the new announcements. We got a new show coming called Afternoon with the Axolotls. We've got a Howdy Inc. Patreon that's launching, and some cool merchandise that we're working on getting made. Oh, the skateboard. I forgot to bring up the skateboard. I was just
about to say that.
Thank you. So talk about cool merchandise. I now own one of a kind, one out of one. Yeah, we can show it to the people that are actually watching. I made a Howdy Inc. skateboard, and I think it's just about the coolest thing I've possibly ever done. It all started with I got online and I found, so if you're watching, you can actually see now. I found this super cool Misfits grip tape, and that's what it started with. I was like, I want to put this grip tape on my skateboard. So then once I had everything taken apart and I had it all apart like that, I was like, well, I might as well paint the back of it too. So I painted the back of it, and then I was like, well, I also think maybe I could, like, get a stencil and, like, paint on the Howdy Inc. logo. But then I decided on doing a sticker, so I did that, and the sticker's right on there right now. And today I got a much higher quality file of my logo sent to me. So I'm actually going to redo this here very soon to where it's a bigger and more clean looking logo on the bottom there.
It doesn't look too bad.
But it's pixelated and stuff.
The edges look pixelated.
So it'll look a million times better with what Kyle has done to the artwork for me now. So I am going to redo
it. It is a logo for 2004. So.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's really about it for that. It's pretty cool having a Howdy Inc. skateboard is what I'm calling it. And that was something I was even thinking about doing, was like, I could, every once in a while I could add something crazy to the Patreon page, and, I could make another one of those skateboards and sell it on Patreon or something like that, and it'd be a one-of-a-kind item that a Howdy Inc. fan could own.
For somebody who only goes down the driveway with your skateboard, you, like, put in a lot of time into your skateboard?
I've done more than go down the driveway with my skateboard.
Recently.
Last Sunday, you weren't even here last Sunday. Last Sunday, I rode it all across town.
Where was I last Sunday?
You were at band.
Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't. That
Sunday.
band for like 15 minutes.
You left early to go to band, and it was soon after you left, before I went to dinner, I went riding my skateboard
and then
all
I came
around
back
town.
like when you left.
Yep. So whatever. So that's that. So check out howdyinc.com for all kinds of new stuff, and stay tuned. And
so with the T-shirts, is that 1 hour tees?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. I forgot. So I looked into 1 hour tees. I know at one point they launched like this thing that is supposed to be like for podcasters or whatever, like a separate section of their website. I forget what it's called, but it's not called 1 hour tees. It's not called pro wrestling tees. It's not called podcaster tees, but that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
So I go on there and I look, and it's like, it's pretty cool how it's set up. It's like, okay, all of the shirts, they cost $12.99 to make. So anything that you charge above $12.99 is your profit. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I could sell shirts for $15, which is a good price, and only make a couple dollars, or maybe make them like $20 and make a few bucks off each one or whatever. But then I started looking, and the criteria to be able to do this through their site for those prices is that between all of your socials combined, you have to have 1,000 followers. And I don't have any, or maybe 10,000 followers. Either way, I have nowhere near.
No way, 10,000.
Maybe it's not.
It has
maybe
to
it's
be
just
1,000.
that. Maybe it's just 1,000.
That's the criteria for a lot of stuff.
And
that to make money, you have to have like 1,000 on.
Gotcha.
Something.
All right. Well, I'm nowhere near that, so that will not
How many do you have on Instagram? I know not close to 1,000, but like.
My personal Instagram, but not my Howdy. I don't know about the Howdy Inc. I don't even know if there is a Howdy Inc. Instagram.
You have 541 followers on Instagram. That's actually a lot more than I thought you had.
So if I combine that and the Howdy Inc. Twitter, then maybe I do. I don't know.
I'm checking.
All right. So I'm trying to do some cool stuff here with Howdy Inc. I know this ain't the first time we've thought up some cool ideas and never really gone through with it, but I'm trying. And
you have about 700 with Howdy Inc. and Brandon Wiley.
Okay.
And I have like 25.
All right. Well, maybe if we step up our game, we can make that a goal.
Maybe if we do follow for follows.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll follow anybody. So lots of cool stuff coming, and hopefully, because we'll have to come up with some exclusive stuff to post for the Patreon. We got to make it worth their while to give us a couple dollars here and there. So we'll have to post some behind the scenes stuff. I was thinking maybe I think it's about time for you to have your own spin-off show.
I've been thinking about that, but like
at this point, like I don't know.
I've been thinking about that for a while.
You and Tyler, or you and one of your buddies, or something.
Talking about that for a year and a half. How long have we been doing this? Since
3 years. We've been doing Howdy
Yeah.
Radio, the next generation.
I've been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah, it's time for you to have your own spin-off show for sure. So we'll get to that. So lots of cool, fun things
You have like
to come.
15 of them.
Yeah.
That all have like one episode.
That's all you gotta do. You only gotta do one episode. That's all you gotta do.
I have one episode of my own.
We'll keep coming up with new episodes.
And then we talked about that's why my original podcast like fell off, because we had one episode. We talked for 2.5 hours about everything we've ever thought of. Then the second episode, like, what we're talking about. And then we just had nothing because we talked about everything.
Just gotta keep talking. All right, well, that's enough talking about talking, so let's actually get into the show.
Who is this? Is this Scott? I was just on the who to follow thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, people.
What does that say?
2020 backer.
Nice.
Look, people, on the live stream, There is an exclusive look at what the sticker is going to look like for you sign up for Patreon. That is worth...
Clip it, chat.
That's worth $3, man.
Scott said, I want a Howdy shirt.
We're working on it, dude. We are working on all kinds of cool stuff. Kyle is killing it in the image department right now, as always. Oh, man, the logo for the Howdy dudes. Oh, we got so much cool stuff to show you guys. I want one of those stickers right now. That's amazing.
Yeah. We need to get one to put on our car.
Yep. Oh, sure. Man, so cool. All right, yeah. That's so exciting.
You sure you saved that and everything?
Yeah, I guess I should make sure, huh? It's Logic's. All right. Here, you bring this one in. It's all about Logic. Ready?
Are we not talking about the other stuff first?
No, Logic's first.
Oh, okay.
Ready?
Okay. Okay. Wait, restart. I haven't started off one in a hot minute. I got it. It's just all right.
Yep.
Well, Logic announced his new album, No Pressure, last Friday, not the Friday that just happened, but the week before. Said that his retirement album will be coming out on the 24th. And it's currently Sunday, so it's been out for about 2 days. And man, this is a fantastic album. So I know you've heard it a little bit from me listening to it. Mm-hmm. Like, from what you've heard, even I know you're not a huge Logic fan. You're not like a huge modern rap fan a lot. What have you thought about it from the little snippets that you have heard?
From what I've heard so far, I mean, it sounds like Logic. I don't know that
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, if I heard that or heard something else, like, I don't know that I could tell the difference between, like, the new one or the old one, other than the fact that I've heard old songs more so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it sounds like Logic.
But, like, is that a good, like, is it good?
So, yes, I do not like most current rap or hip-hop or whatever. I mean, I've never been a huge hip-hop fan in general anyway. I mean, honestly, like, my opinion on hip-hop doesn't matter much because I'm just not much of a fan.
I've never really been a big rap or hip-hop fan until I started listening to Logic, and then I widened my horizons a lot more.
But Logic, I definitely... I don't know if like is the word, but I like him considerably more than most of the other
than all the mumble rappers.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to Eminem Radio on Pandora at work fairly often, and a good amount of Logic gets played on that station.
Okay.
And there's a lot of other music that gets played on that station that I can't stand.
Yeah,
and I never really feel like I need to, like, skip a Logic song.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For sure, yeah. I feel like you think that because he has had some mumble rap, which is his last album that absolutely sucked. But, like, this one is, like, one of the main things that he said was there's only 5 hooks on the whole entire album. Right? Okay. So it's, like, all lyricism and, like, basically, like, a constant stream the whole time. Which was what I really like about it, because that's what he used to have, and, like, his old mixtapes and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that's one of the main reasons I like it, because after you hear, like, some of those hooks and, like, the choruses, sometimes they just get so repetitive, and it makes you not like the songs. You're like, oh, here's the hook again, here's the chorus, and then so, like, I like that it's just one fluid, like, kind of noise and that kind of thing.
All pop, not all, but I mean, why not? All pop music nowadays, it's all just revolved around a hook.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a team of 30 writers that sat down and came up with this super catchy hook, and then they just build some BS around it, and then
everything just revolves
around Dave Grohl said one day, "Don't bore us, get to the chorus." And that's I mean, that's 100% how the music industry is now.
Yeah.
Pop music.
Yeah. Speaking of pop music, the new Taylor Swift album.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. I was so pissed because that came out at the same time the Logic album came out, and for, like, the first hour, around from, like, 12 to 1, Logic was number 1 on Twitter, and, like, he had, like, 5 hashtags that was 1 through 5, and then all of a sudden all these stupid Taylor Swift stuff comes up. I'm like, come on, why you gotta?
Taylor Swift released a new album on Friday.
Yeah.
the same thing happened last year when Tool released an album.
Yeah.
Right? But they released it like a week after Taylor Swift.
No, it was the same week. It was them
Taylor
against.
Swift releases a new album every year.
Yeah, Logic releases a new album every year.
God, I mean, that was just like the end of last year when the Tool album came out, right? I mean, it seems like 50 years ago at this point.
Again, but a pop album is very, again, easy to write. You make a hook and then you build off of it, like we just said.
So there was a release party on Twitch. So Twitch is paying Logic a crap ton of money to
a lot of money
stream.
So
he doesn't need to make rap music anymore now. He just makes live streams.
So with his retirement, a couple of days after Twitch and him announced a 7-figure deal with Twitch, which is insane. I think that's like mind blowing. Yeah. But like now he's streaming, and now he's gonna start streaming on Twitch a bunch, and he had a release party about it started around like 11:10 or something like that, and they were just like, this was the first time we had seen Logic. Like, we saw him a couple times in pictures on Twitter, because he deleted all of his socials, like a couple months ago, and just went completely silent while he was making this album. And he also had a kid, so he kind of just went completely silent. And then he all of a sudden just showed up and announced this album. And then he started posting on Twitter again. So then this was like the first time we had really seen him and like been able to interact with him and stuff.
You gotta love a good surprise album.
So it wasn't exactly a surprise album, because you would say a surprise album is,
well, I mean,
it releases and nobody knew about it.
Yeah, but saying one Friday that's coming out next Friday, that's close enough.
At first I thought it was fake when I originally saw it, because like there had been a bunch of stuff, because there was a NBA commercial that had come out a couple days before the announcement of a new Logic song that was in the background. We were like, wait a minute, new Logic song? What is this? Mm-hmm. So then, and then he just announced it, and so I looked on like every single social media. I had to make sure that this wasn't fake or whatever, and it wasn't fake. And then the album came out.
Right on.
So yeah,
I don't think we ever discussed Hum releasing a new album on Howdy Radio.
Hum released a new album.
Yeah, tune into episode 1 of Afternoon with the Axolotls, where you'll hear two Hum songs.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had like this release party. He had #AskLogic and like asked a bunch of stuff, which was number 2 on Twitter as well.
Gotcha. So dive into the album there.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So
Lane kind of wanted to do, a quick little track by track. I mean, it don't have to be quick. We got time, but whatever you want to do there, track by track, or
so.
It's your segment. You do it.
The album's 15 songs long. It is the sequel. Well, he called it the predecessor, not the sequel. The predecessor to his first album, Under Pressure, which I think is one of the greatest albums of the 2010s. Like, I think it's up there with Like Clockwork. Like that, it's that good. So, one of the main things from that album was there were no features besides the deluxe. So like that was a big thing. There was just himself, and like nobody could like have the spotlight on a song, and it was just him. So he technically does have features on this, but like they don't show up on anything. It's like he has like one of the guys that it's on his label, Silas, has a part, but like it's not like featured with whatever. He just has like a little speaking part in it. So the first track, No Pressure, the intro, almost every single song is like fantastic, but those one song, are
you going track by track or what?
Yeah, but like, oh my goodness, Jesus Christ!
I was just gonna kind of play that in the background as you're talking.
Okay, maybe turn it down just a little bit. So we do have this little. I like how you literally went to the exact part that he starts rapping, but like, so like the first part, he has I don't know who it is, but it's a like radio guy and from like the night. Also, Solid Snake is on the freaking.
Is the radio guy Kip Casper?
It's not.
That would be amazing.
I don't know. I know it's an actual guy, and it's
what would you do if you're listening to a Logic album and then all of a sudden it's like Kip Casper here on Clone Radio?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But like he always has like that. That's how Under Pressure was as well. He has this guy talk, but and this time the guy talks and he kind of fills in multiple words with like key Logic things. So like that's definitely one of my favorite ones. It's probably not my favorite because half of the song is the guy talking. So like it's not exactly just a full Logic song. Good. So going to the next song, Hit My Line. This is a little bit more like of a more like not of a pop song, but it has a little bit more like of an upbeat song and a lot more of like a chorus and a hook kind of thing. But yeah, I really like it. I'm not good at reviewing these kind of things. So next, we got GP4, which is Growing Pains 4. So Growing Pains is a saga of songs that he's had through all of his mixtapes. And then Growing Pains 3 was in Under Pressure, and then like I think 2 was in like Welcome to Forever, which was an old mixtape. But it changes flow a lot more than his other stuff, than his other Growing Pains. So it kind of caught some people off guard. We were all expecting this kind of flow, and then it just completely slowed everything down. So yeah, that's that. Next we have Celebration, which I think is maybe the best song on the album.
Okay.
This is the song that has a feature, one of the first features, but it's a little bit more. It's more upbeat, and he's kind of talking about how he doesn't have to listen to everybody else, because that was one of the things that kind of hit everybody during. So he kept streaming after the actual album came out, and he was talking about the album and everything, and he would like rap into some of it a little bit. And at one point he said like, it's also a shirt. It's like, for the first time in forever, I'm not on the internet and I'm finally happy. And like that's kind of what this whole song is. It's kind of just like, I can finally be myself, because that was one of the reasons why I kind of left all social media and stuff, because he kept listening to everybody, and everybody was like, man, this really sucks, like you've fallen off and that kind of stuff, and that like really hit him. So that's what kind of that song is. The next song, Open Mic / Aquarius 3, which also I realized as I was listening to this, when it came out, you have a drum that says Aquarian. Like I just saw that this second this song started. So I'm almost certain, don't quote me on this, that the first part, Open Mic, is a freestyle.
Okay.
So the whole first part, like the whole first half of the song is I'm pretty sure is a freestyle, and then the second part, Aquarius 3 was the ship in his second album. There's a lot of Logic lore, so like because he always has like these skits and they all go together. And Aquarius 3 was the ship in his second album, The Incredible True Story, and it's set in like 2120 or something like that. So it's like all mankind was wiped, and now they're on this ship and they finally find stuffs.
Cool.
So yeah, and then the next song is a sequel to.
Got all kinds of sequels.
Well, it's a predecessor to his first, but this is only the second sequel. Aquarius 3 isn't like a third installment to a thing. That's just what the ship was called.
Okay.
So this is the same exact beat as the original Soul Food. Also, fun fact, this was number 3 on trending in the food section on Twitter when this first came out, which I thought was hilarious, that a Logic song was trending in the food section because it's called Soul Food. It's the same exact like beat, but like different, and this is how it was originally supposed to be, but then they changed it. And also the second half of the song, they have a switch. Can you like go over to the other half?
No bad words on Howdy Radio.
So that this second part actually like kind of switches it, which caught some people off guard. And this is talking about his second album, The Incredible True Story. This is maybe my second favorite song. Though, like, all of them are very, very close, but there are a couple of them that the beat is just better and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So in the next song, we can skip, because it's awful. It's basic. I like that part. The sample in the background's really cool. But that's all the song has going for it. It's basically what his last album was, which was not a lyrical album at all. It was basically just mumbo jumbo. The whole entire hour and 20-minute long.
How long is this one?
59 minutes. And like literally the little sample that's in the background is the only good part of the whole entire song. So this is the only thing I'm disappointed with in the whole album.
Okay.
So then the next one is Man I Is, which is like the saddest song of all time. It's also about how the internet basically didn't accept him and that kind of thing, and how he's now doing his own thing. And about how all the people he used to look up to is now like with him, and how he's like on the same level, and like he's happy that these people feel like he's an equal to them now. So then the next one, Dad Bod, it's kind of a comedy song. It's basically about how, since he just had a kid, so a dad now, and he's talking about how like everybody's like, talk about your life and everything, and then he's like, my life isn't like doing cocaine and stuff. This is what my life is now, and it's him like going to the supermarket and stuff, and it's really funny.
Cool.
So the next one is 5 Hooks, which is...
Oh, shit.
What happened?
I think I just hit stop.
So the next one is 5 Hooks.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I don't know what I pressed.
Okay. So we're back. Apparently he accidentally pressed stop. So the next one is 5 Hooks, as I said. This is... a straight song the whole way through, and it's about how he's happy about how he can go back to the old days with, and I'm pretty sure at the end of the song, he has an old mixtape that he like an old demo that he played. If you skip to like the last 30 seconds or whatever, I think that's this song. No, it's not this song. Never mind. So yeah. So now we have Dark Place, which is about how a dark place he was in after his last album and his last couple albums with like the internet. Like, he doesn't like the internet, if you can't tell, because the internet was pretty crappy to him. So this is basically just. This is basically just a vent song, and he said that on his live stream. He was like, this song is literally me just venting and a story, so if you don't like that, just skip the song. So I like this song a lot, but it's definitely different than the other ones because it's basically him just talking in rhymes instead of his other kind of stuff. So yeah, then we got the next one, which it starts off with him talking to his kid, and then it goes to, remember Alphabet Aerobics?
No.
No, you don't? Okay.
Another Logic song?
No, it's an old 90s rap song, and it was, they rap to each letter on the alphabet, and that's what this is.
Okay.
Raps to every single letter on the alphabet. Like, it's not as impressive as Alphabet Aerobics or whatever, which I'm surprised you haven't heard.
I don't know it.
But he like goes through the alphabet, and it's kind of impressive, because I don't understand how people can do that. Like, just write to every single letter.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of impressive. And then the second half is basically him just. Yes, this is the demo part of him in, I think, 2011 or something like that. Man, he sounds super young. It's kind of funny. But yeah, then the next song, heard him say, it's like super sad and also like super uplifting at the same part. It's talking about how as a kid how he was told he couldn't do anything, and then like he's like, oh, now I'm here now, so screw you guys. That's basically the whole song. And then this one is the one that was on the NBA commercial. I don't exactly remember what the song is about because this is towards the end of the album, and the end of the album starts to get kind of crappy. Like, not as good as the beginning. It's still good, but it's just not as good as the beginning part. And then it's just, yeah, there's not a lot there. And then the last, I wouldn't call it a song because it's not a song. He never raps. He doesn't rap the whole entire song. He doesn't even talk the whole entire song. He doesn't talk at all the whole song. It's the same guy at the beginning of the album that talks, and he's talking about how, like, racism and equality and that kind of stuff, which is basically his motto, peace, love, and positivity. And it's just for 6 minutes of that. So that's basically it. That's the whole album.
All right, so having dove in for it for only a couple days
now. That's not really
now.
a review.
Whatever.
Just talk. I'm not good at reviews.
Well, that's what we're doing right now. Yeah. So you've had it for a couple days. You've listened to it for a couple days at least. So out of a 10, as of right now, what do you give it?
As of right now, I know that my 10 out of 10 is a lot different than your 10 out of 10. Your 10 out of 10 is like greatest album of all time gets 10 out of 10, and mine is like albums. Mine is like there's nothing wrong with the album. It's a great album. But I feel like when I say something's a 10 out of 10, you're just like, oh, that's really high. But like, so like,
it's your scale.
I would give it a 9, which I think is the highest I could give it for sure. Because I think his first one was probably like an 8 or something like that, which is still really high.
So hold on. Like, so you're going to say that there's this one album that rivals Queens of the Stone Age Like Clockwork as the best album of the 2010s, but you're only giving it an 8? That album only gets an 8? Because how Like Clockwork is a solid 10.
Yes.
So it doesn't rival it. It's 2 behind.
But I'm not saying... So, like, I had this argument with Tyler a little while ago.
All right.
Like, I think it's a 10 out of 10 on different scales.
Okay.
Like,
you just said 8 out of 10.
No, I know. I think Like Clockwork is a 10 out of 10 for what Like Clockwork is.
Okay.
But I think that this Logic album is a 9 out of 10 for what it is. But they can still rival each other as some of the best albums.
Sure. So this one though, you're giving this brand new one a 9.
Yes.
But the old one an 8. So you like this one more than the old one?
As of right now, yes.
Okay.
But I feel like maybe if I dive into it more, it might go under it. It's kind of hard because I've literally only listened to it 2 days. I
totally
maybe only
understand.
had like 5 listens of it.
We are basing this conversation off of a 2-day listen.
Yeah,
which,
I've listened to Under Pressure maybe
of course
45 million times at this point.
I've always thought that it's so stupid. Like when any music review site, they're like, "Oh, this album came out today. It gets a B." It's like, well, you only listened to it once, man.
Exactly.
Like it doesn't count. I mean, if you really care about an album, you really have to dive into it all weekend long when it comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the Hum album, I've listened to the Hum album straight for the last month since it came out. And I feel like now I can give it a good rating, but I couldn't give it a good rating 2 days after I
think maybe even next episode, if we have next episode, maybe 2 weeks, there's a chance that might go up to a 10 out of 10 after I start listening to those songs more and like actually listen to what the meaning of everything is.
So when you...
Because like right now, all I've been listening to, because it's hard, especially with this album, because it's such a lyricism album. It's really hard to listen to lyrics because it's constant and that kind of thing.
Do you ever look up the lyrics and like read along?
I have a little bit with it, but so a lot of the times a thing I like to do is learn the lyrics, and like I like that kind of thing. But so I hate looking up stuff.
Okay.
But with this, it's really hard because there's nothing like. Because usually how I remember things is I remember a line, and then the line after that kind of builds off of it, and then a line. So I remember like certain lines, and then the lines around those lines. Okay. And it's really hard to do that because there isn't like key lines that like there isn't a chorus and the line after the chorus and that kind of thing.
Gotcha. Just keeps flowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when you submit your song for episode 2 of the Afternoon with the Axolotls,
is it just one song
podcast? Yeah, just one song.
Okay.
So I would like for you to pick a song off the Logic album
Okay.
to just kind of tie all of this together.
Okay.
I think that'd be the way to go.
Yeah.
So be thinking about that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? I ordered you the record.
Oh
it.
yeah. So he has a merch store going up just for this week. I think it only has like 5 days left since it's been like 2, something like that. But I'm actually kind of surprised, maybe just because they had a lot in stock. But I don't think anything is out of stock yet with these T-shirts and everything. So all I did was I ordered a shirt that just has the cover on it and says "No Pressure" on the back, because the main thing I did that was because I hadn't even listened to the album yet, and and I wasn't gonna order one that had a line on it, and I didn't know what the song was.
Mm-hmm.
But
so there was merchandise that had.
So there's
lines.
one that says I'm like God, when Lucifer fell, I raised hell. And that's an awesome line in one of the songs. But I had no idea that was the line. And the shirt looks super cool. It has the text and then it has him as Lucifer, and it looks super cool.
Gotcha.
But I wasn't gonna order the shirt because what if that song sucked?
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to go with the plain, because the freaking album cover is the coolest album cover of all time. It's basically
It is cool. It looks cool as your desktop wallpaper on your computer too.
it's basically the Under Pressure, his first album. It's basically that, because that is him in his basement with some people recording the album. It's that basically blown up, and has a bunch of things scattered around, and he always has Easter eggs around all his artwork and stuff, enough that he made his own language.
So you bought the shirt.
So I bought the shirt. I also bought a mask that just says "No Pressure Logic" on it.
Gotcha.
Even though COVID might be over by the time I get that.
Well, I mean, I guess it could be a while before merch comes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'll still rep the mask. It was only $10. Yeah. So it's not oh my god, I spent $30 on a mask and I'm never gonna use it. So.
And then so you had already made your purchase.
Yes.
And then I came in from work later on, and I was like, well, is there a record? And you looked, and there was a record. So I was like, well, I'll buy the record. Yeah. So I know Logic is an artist that you value a lot.
Yeah.
And I always want to reward the artists that I like by purchasing their records and giving them money and stuff. So I just thought it made sense. You don't really, I don't know. The record player's sitting here. You never use it, but you might use it for a lot.
Well, this is my first record.
Yeah, so that'll be your first record.
Yeah.
So just like Hum, who surprise released their album a month ago, the album came out right when they announced it, but unfortunately the vinyl doesn't come out until late August. I think you said the Logic record doesn't come out till October.
I think
everybody is on a huge delay of producing records
I think the March ships August 21st, and I think the album ships October 15th or something like that. It's a while, but that means I'll probably get that around my birthday.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the Hum album in the mail and diving into the record once it comes in.
Yeah,
that'll be awesome. Hopefully they do a good job on the Logic record. It didn't look like it was a special color or anything like that, like a lot of artists do nowadays.
No,
I don't
think
standard release. So hopefully,
and
nice.
It would be cool to have that, especially because of the artwork, the front and the back. So the back is basically more lore. It's a robot named Thalia, which is on every single album. That's what Mom was talking about, the robot that talks. That's who that is, and does a hand sticking out, which is Logic's arm, and it's a lot.
Cool.
There's a lot of lore behind everything. He has a whole entire thing on how in his second album all of mankind was extinct and everything. He had an interview where he just knows everything. And oh my goodness, it's a lot.
Lane likes Logic.
Yeah.
So check out the new album, No Pressure. It's available everywhere. You can listen to it.
He also broke Spotify. That was cool.
Is he on Bandcamp?
I have no idea. I've never been on Bandcamp.
Gotcha.
I barely had a Bandcamp. Funny. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it for this segment, right?
Yeah, I think
Everybody
so.
go check out Logic's new album.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll do the one more segment before we do the goodbye segment. So we'll cover just some quick video games and wrestling, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So we're already nearing an hour.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Jesus. What's Up segment was 30 minutes long?
28 minutes.
Well, a lot of Logic lore.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Howdy Radio, the next generation. Almost 50 minutes already. Anybody else say anything in the chat?
Nope.
Man, I just want to pull up this stuff that Kyle sent me one more time.
He sent you anything else?
I don't know. I don't think so. But I don't know if I looked at everything. Looks like that's it.
Is he gonna make you a logo for the new show?
I already did. I made my
Oh.
own artwork for the new show. It don't look as cool as a Keezy original, but I like it. I think it kind of matches what I'm going for.
I'll record that thing tonight, though.
Yeah, we'll do it right here as soon as we're done here. Oh, I like that too, though.
I think I like that second one more. I think the other one is like, you have to squint to kind of see. You have to like zoom in to kind of see it. Like that, yeah. I don't like when it's. I like that one. Except it is a little bit taller.
That's all right. I think I would need this to be touching this for it to be all one sticker, though.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how that works out. That cracks me up. Love that. Ah.
What, the Kyle one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yep.
All right, we got one more little segment that we wanted to do here because we have to talk about video games and wrestling.
Yep.
What about video games? There was a Xbox thing. They showed off some new games. How'd that go?
It was a lot better than I expected. They showed Halo campaign gameplay. Looks fantastic. It makes me kind of a little bit sad that we're not getting an Xbox when it first comes out because that is a launch title.
There really is a little bit of
but like
second
also,
guessing almost because I decided very
we're definitely
early,
getting a PS5. Like I feel like we definitely are getting a PS5, but there was also like.
But we might have to get an Xbox sooner than later.
Yeah,
also.
definitely sooner than we got the PS4 than the Xbox One because we waited a while to get the PS4, which I felt like we waited a little bit too long.
Yeah, we waited very late into the PS4's life, but it's all right. Our Xbox, we had a lot of good time with our Xbox in this generation. So
before the UI went to crap and everything about the Xbox went to crap.
I am very excited about the new Halo game.
Yeah,
I think it looks awesome. That's definitely one I'm looking forward to.
There were a couple games that looked kind of cool.
New Fable game being announced.
New Fable. That's been rumored for a little while now.
Hopefully that's good. But I'm definitely looking for, as long as it's done well, then that's definitely one I want to play also.
It's funny. Every time I think of Fable, I think of I think it was a Fable 2 showcase, and it's the guy. He's in a room. It's like a guy's playing it in a room, and the TV just shuts off. Like he's playing it, and then all of a sudden he's like, and look at this cool feature, and then the TV just shuts off. And I think it might have been an E3. But it just went black, and it was like, oh, okay, cool. But there was I don't remember exactly what it's called. It's called like I don't remember what it's called. But it's basically this girl has like, she can go from the regular world to like the underworld or something like that at the same time. And when she does that, it's a split screen kind of thing. And they made a big deal about how because when you're in the underworld, it's like it's the same kind of environment, but stuff is like different on the walls and that kind of thing, and like everything's rendered simultaneously. So I thought that was like really, really cool. They also showed a new Forza game, which
did they?
They showed a new Forza game, and I don't know if they showed gameplay.
Okay,
but we joined, like we started watching the stream.
What was it? Forza 7 or 8?
I think they just called it Forza Motorsport. I don't think they called it 9. Okay. I think it's just Forza Motorsport.
Okay.
So, which I'm glad because I hate when games are like Forza Motorsport 27. Like I never like when it gets to a certain number, it's just like it feels more repetitive because it's more and more games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But also a Ubisoft press conference happened a couple weeks ago. That was really cool. They showed the new Far Cry game. Well, my boy, I don't remember how to say his first name, Giancarlo Esposito, the Gus from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He's the main villain, which is kind of cool because in the third Far Cry game, Michael Mando, who is in Better Call Saul, was the main villain. So it's kind of cool that they like Better Call Saul, and I like Better Call Saul. So
sweet.
But they didn't show a lot. They showed the new Assassin's Creed game, which I've never been a big Assassin's Creed fan, but it looked kind of cool. They showed some new stuff. It's Vikings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like there wasn't a lot there that was like, oh, I need this. There's never been anything there.
So we've seen gameplay now from PS5 and Xbox, whatever. We still haven't seen the UI of either one of them though, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we've seen anything from Xbox. We saw the load up screen, the boot up screen for PS5.
Well, I want to see the UI, and I want to see that's mainly what I want to see at this point.
Yeah.
That and release date and prices and all that stuff.
Well, prices were leaked a couple weeks ago.
But they're leaked. That doesn't mean that.
Well, no, they're leaked because
true.
Like UK Amazon went up when it shouldn't have, and we saw price points.
What did they say it was?
500 and 400. I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
500, maybe 450.
Well, I would like to have an official announcement on
sure.
date and time and price, and I want to see the UIs of both of these things.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where I'm at. We're almost there. It just seems to me that we are much
July.
later.
Like it's literally almost August, and we haven't seen any UI.
Yeah.
And even an official price point. Like I feel like that's kind of insane.
Yeah, it's weird. But Sony said that they will not announce everything and put up pre-orders immediately. They said that will not happen at the same time, that they will say it's going to be this much money and pre-orders begin on whatever day a couple weeks from now or something like that. But it will not be an instantaneous...
What's the point of it not being instantaneous?
Well, it sucks because... I mean, some people don't have the money instantaneously. Yeah. So, I mean, we have money set aside for the daggone thing already.
That's kind of weird.
It's nice to have a date of when it goes on sale as opposed to right now, and then everybody's scrambling, and whoever has the quickest.
So, are we gonna pre-order it? Is that our plan?
You have to. When a console comes out, to get one on launch day, you have to pre-order.
Okay.
The pre-orders will at some point sell out, and then that will be all that is allotted for opening day. Sometimes,
like GameStop,
the store will get in some that are not for pre-sale allotments.
But we don't want to
But then you got to wait out in line for a week, and I'm not interested in that. You basically have to pre-order to get a console on launch day.
And the cool thing is, a lot of people were worried that it was gonna sell it yes, it's gonna sell it insanely quickly.
Yes.
But they thought it was gonna sell it even more quickly because they only had 3 to 4 million units that were being made, and then they buffed it up to 10.5 million.
Yeah.
So I think they were like, wait a minute, everybody's going for us, so let's make some more. Yep. Which they probably knew that everybody was gonna go for them.
Yeah, definitely.
But
so yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the new video games.
And we're gonna play Spider-Man first. I'm just saying that.
What else? We're going to wrestling next week. GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, who we went to a month or so ago in Indianapolis. I think we talked about that on here.
Maybe. I don't know.
But whatever, they're doing another show there, so we're road tripping to Indianapolis for some outdoor, social distanced professional wrestling.
All 4 of us are going, right? Not just the 3 of us. Okay, cool.
Yep. So we had a really fun time seeing them last time. If you're not familiar with GCW, look them up on Instagram or YouTube or whatever and watch some stuff. They're really good.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else? GCW.
There was a GCW show tonight and last night.
Yeah. Oh man. So Joey Janela, who you might know from AEW, is also in GCW, and he did a spot tonight where he jumped off this pillar on this roof through this thing. I mean, it was a good probably 25 or 30 feet.
And then hit his head on the board.
Oh man, it was awesome.
Goodness. He 100% had a concussion.
Good possibility. Yeah, good wrestling.
Yeah, he went against Leo Rush.
Wrestling, check it out. If you like extremely ultra-violent, bloody wrestling, they incorporate that into some of their matches.
Into
also
every
with
match.
light tubes. Not every match.
Not every match. Which I'm kind of like all the indie. I feel like the indie show we went to didn't have like any of that besides the Nick Gage match.
Yeah.
And if Nick Gage is at the next show, which he might not be because if he's injured, but they need to start announcing matches for that as well.
They have announced some.
Anything that we would know?
Nick Gage versus Cole Roderick. Roderick is.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, how do you not know who Cole is at this point?
I'm guessing if you show me a picture, I would know.
He was at the show we went to in Indianapolis. He was at one of the Rockstar shows. He was the one at the Backyard GCW show a couple weeks ago. Was wearing like those orange puffy pants, and he did like the swanton dive off the top of it.
If you show me, then I'll know. But I can't always put a face to a name. Is it a super tiny guy? Oh, okay. So he's gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Anyway,
yeah.
He's one of my favorites in GCW. Yeah. So yeah. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah. It's always funny, Tyler, because he's in a different time zone. He has to send streaks at like a weird time. So every time he sends like good night streaks, he's like, I think I got the time right for you guys. Cause like how streaks are basically when you send the snap, it's like that's when it'll run out if you don't send it after. So like he has to make sure he sends that at the right time or it'll run out. And he has some long streaks.
All right, ready?
Yep.
All right, I think that's our show for today. I think it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, I think it was.
Flowed pretty well. Let's just
Logic's new album.
There you go. Let's just kind of go through it again. We've got a brand new show, Afternoon with the Axolotls. That'll be available this week on howdyinc.com. You'll be able to subscribe.
When do you think that'll be available and where?
Howdyinc.com. And I guess maybe I should start putting it on Patreon, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure that out. So that's the other thing is Patreon. Howdy Inc. Patreon. Kind of now available, kind of coming soon. I got some super cool artwork just sent to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be printing out some stickers and making those available on there. And everybody's going to want these. I promise. They look super cool.
Yeah, they actually do look really cool.
Everybody is going to want one of these stickers. Yeah. And then next year, Kyle's going to make one that'll look even cooler, and everybody's going to want that. So everybody's going to be giving Howdy Inc. $3, and I love that. So check that out. That's coming soon. Check out howdyinc.com. I don't know. I guess that's about it.
Yeah.
Where can we find you, Lane?
You can find me on Instagram at LanyeEast1113. And you can find me on Twitter at Lane_Wiley.
Sweet. I'm
sorry.
That's
it. Yeah, I don't do anything else.
Right. I'm Captain Howdy1027 on Instagram and Twitter. Follow Howdy Inc. on Twitter at Howdy Inc. and go to howdyinc.com and Howdy Inc. Howdy Inc. Howdy Inc.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.
See ya.
Oh my God, I got poop.
Yeah, same. The second I sat down, I was like, oh, bruh. I'll go upstairs.
I'm sitting here. Can you close the laundry room door? That might be right. I feel like maybe you should start the game over. Whoever you were playing before, I don't feel like I should have to just keep playing that game. What? I know you're a cheater. I have to be careful. Dash, calm the fuck down, bro. It's too much. He's sitting. Tom is sitting. Just smile at me, fucker.
Me?
Yeah, you.
How I smile.
That's not smiling. That's just raising your eyebrow. That is a smile. All right.
The controller should work.
It doesn't though. I'm Tyler.
Yeah, the bumper is changed fine all time. Plastic. And the trigger changed.
So you're gonna pick an all-star team?
You can choose an all-star team. I changed off from freaking I changed off this, which I feel like is kind of
Yeah.
overpowered.
Oh, that's right. I'll do all-time Bulls if you want to do all-time Lakers.
This is what I've been playing.
The only weak link for me is Dennis Rodman. Bitch. I don't know how to play at all.
So basically, X is how you pass, square is how you shoot. You gotta like hold it down, and there's gonna be a little meter. And like you gotta make sure you throw it at the right time. You can't throw it too flat, like too high. And then that's really all you need to know. X is how you switch people when you're on defense. I don't know how to play defense. Basically, all like
This is not gonna go well.
how I play, I shoot, then they shoot, and then I shoot it. I don't play defense. So I think that's how this game is going to go.
We'll see. How do I jump?
You just press X. So all you see is also how you run. Shoot it, Mom.
I don't know how. It won't do it. Oh, square. I was doing triangle. That's why. My bad.
I don't even know.
Nothing, obviously.
Also, you can do it with the stick as well. right stick, you can also move and shoot. I was like, you had like so many open opportunities left.
Ah.
Oh, I don't worry, I threw it out of bounds.
Oh, that was pretty.
Dude, that was some pretty shots that Ethan made. It's actually pretty. Oh no, I thought I had it.
Oh, oh.
Oh! That's the plus 200 slam dunk I've had yet.
That's not cool. That's not cool. I almost stole that one a minute ago.
I thought you did. I stopped playing that for a second.
Shaq all over my grill.
You would say head to Shaq. Oh, did I block it?
No.
How did I not block it?
That was so clean. What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at the basketballs. Damn.
At the basketballs. Damn.
No way, I'll score all mine.
Don't fuck it up, Lane. Oh, you fucked it up. Don't fuck it up, Lane.
Lenny, give it a second, don't leave.
If you make your shots, if you don't make your shots, then no, you don't.
Remember to look at the game.
Yeah, you lost it again. It didn't work when you looked at it. It didn't work when you didn't look at it. You suck.
Oh, you thought you could score it?
Oh, from downtown.
Oh! This game sucks. No ladies beating me. Oh, I knocked the ball out of your hand.
Excuse you.
Haha, you suck. Ah, oh,
Shoot,
shoot it,
fucker.
shoot it. Man, you suck.
Shoot the fucker.
Man, you really do be sucking, man. Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing. You got. Nothing. Can you stop?
Oh! Oh, I'm fucking up your life, Lane. I'm so sorry that you suck.
You still have the ball?
I'm so
What?
sorry that you suck. I'm so sorry.
Are you freaking kidding me? I can't make her shot to save my life.
Because you suck.
No way.
Ah, I overjumped that one. Whoa!
Oh!
Downtown. What was
I was
that?
trying to make. I'm just trying to make it 3. I'm trying to make it 1 even. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it.
What's
you're not
up,
gonna make it.
everybody? Welcome.
What are you gonna do? What you gonna? Not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it.
About talking, so let's actually get into the show.
I made a point in like 4 minutes.
Did you just say I was sweating because I'm beating you?
Yeah.
There's a
There we
3,
go.
finally.
Took me long enough. Okay, I'm done with this shit.
Oh! Oh! That one hurt. What are you doing? Why are you... You can't just lob up half-court
Yes, I
shots.
can. I can. Who's telling me I can't? Oh, you suck.
I'm gonna stop streaming now, Lane.
What?
I'm just now pressing stop streaming on OBS.